Sometimes when you're scrolling through the interwebs, you might find some outrageous things and claims and different principles or perspectives coming at you from the many different peoples that activate their devices and surf on said interwebs. Today, those things came from a few people who were close to me in my life. And yes, of course, I'm talking about my ex-wife and her fiance. So I saw this, how to become a leader of men, and I just thought to myself, I was like, holy shit, what a fucking claim to here, this is it, this is how you do it. I don't want to immediately throw this into a bias, but I read that title and just thought to myself, how the fuck is he gonna explain this? And I just kind of want to, I haven't watched it yet, so I want to see how he explains this.
I want to touch on the leader of man thing a little bit from that email where the guy wants to know how to be a leader of men. I've been thinking about it since the email was read.
I'm sorry, but if you're coming out and genuinely asking how to do it, you're probably not a leader. I immediately had to stop right here and say, if you are emailing these people about asking them how to become a leader, you are not a leader. You are not cut out to be a leader. You will always be a follower, and you will always do what the rest of the people are doing. It's almost that outrageous for you to email some people, content creators, who give out advice asking them how to be a literal fucking leader. I almost think you would be the same person to seek out those guru Andrew Tate fucking online courses and actually spend your real hard-earned working money on listening to and following.
And I think that in order to truly be a leader of men, you have to live a life that others want to aspire to. So you need to live a life of integrity and quality of character, and you should serve and be a servant to others. You should be doing the things that is necessary to make other people look at you and go, I want to be like him when I grow up.
Anybody who's ever watched Dragon Ball Z knows immediately, I just want to be Goku. I want to be the person who is always looking out for other people and who wants to protect other people and have principles and values and family. That is the most basic human instinct you can have as an adult male. If you are simply seeking that out, the desire to understand that, you are so far beyond help. Seriously, it's so simple. You think, how do I do that? This is the most simple shit I've ever heard in my life. Holy shit.
That's a very prevalent thing. You can't expect people to lead if you are an ineffective leader. There are books that you can read about discipline and extreme accountability and communication and...
Sorry, that almost completely threw me off when he did that fuck up.
Sales, we have a book list actually in the description of this video that is an Amazon affiliate link. So if you click on any of those books and buy them, we get a kickback. What? Full disclosure.
What? You're selling merch? When did you start selling merch? Oh, I mean, I know about the t-shirts, but you're selling books? Wait, you're getting payback for it. I don't know if you actually made the books. Okay, now I need to know then.
But there are books in there that will help you be a leader of men, and if you read those books and you take that shit to heart, and you start applying the things that are in those books, and you do a book a week, over the course of a year, you're going to be 52% better, even if you just learn one thing a week.
Wait, why did you say 52%? Hang on.
Over the course of a year, you're going to be 52% better, even if you just learn...
Oh, I'm so sorry, but holy shit, 52% is just the most arbitrary, random fucking number to pull out of your ass. Holy fuck, oh my god, I'm so sorry, but holy shit, that was just the most random number to just pull out of your ass. You're gonna be 52% better if you read this book that gives me money. Holy fuck, that blows my goddamn mind. Holy shit.
What are you doing now? You know what I mean? If you want to be a good man and you want to be a leader of men, what are you doing already to implement to make those changes happen? Because you have to be doing something. You can't just sit around and hope for it.
Yeah, no, you have to actually make the life that you want. You have to create the life that you want. That's why it takes effort. That's why it's difficult. Whoo, boy. Yeah, I mean, I'm not disagreeing with that. That's some basic shit to also say oh, you want the life that you want to live. You have to put the effort in. My biggest personal struggle with the life that I want to live is my physical health. It's that's it.
It doesn't work that way. You have to start doing the work.
Yep, that's like people who are expecting to win the lottery but they don't buy a ticket.
Yep.
What?
Exactly it.
But why did she say that? Okay, I mean, I understand that she said that because the analogy applies, but then you're you can't just encourage people to play the lottery. You're saying Why? You're not gonna win it. Like no, like it's so rare for you to win the lottery. So like that metaphor is like not good.
When I die, that's what I want people to say at my funeral.
Yeah.
That he was a good man. He was a leader of men.
Everybody
And
does.
and I do believe that I'm
Yep.
a servant. I
Everybody
believe that
wants to
I'm
feel
here
that way.
do for others, and I try. Obviously, I want to be successful, and I want to reach my own goals, and I have my own aspirations that I'm trying
Most
to
people.
reach.
It's unfair of me to say that everybody wants to be a good person. It's completely unfair of me to say that. Actually, a good majority of my life, I had not given a shit about being a good person. Sometimes, even still now, I don't. Because, I can't fucking save the world. I'm not Superman. Sometimes I don't care about being good. A lot of the time I do. Because I just genuinely want to be good. But then there's times in life where you can't fucking help everybody. You can't. You just can't. And caring, it will bring you down. I mean, I don't know. You're not me. I'm not you. I'm not going to fucking tell you what to do. It could bring you down. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe you care about everybody and you're fucking Superman and you can do it all. I don't know. That's not how I know that people work. I know that sometimes people have their limits.
I don't want to do it by foul means. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I want to earn my shit, definitely don't want it handed to me. But I also don't want to go about it the wrong way. Like,
Doesn't want it handed to him. He doesn't want to go about the wrong way. You're advertising for a book. It's okay. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys here. You're full blown exploiting people with their insecurities here. All the people who come to this video and click on this going, "Oh my god, I feel like I'm not a leader," or any kind of like an insecure man, like a beta kind of man, is gonna think to themselves, "Oh my god, I need guidance. I'm seeking this out." You're effectively taking advantage of this and exploiting it when you're trying to get them to purchase a book on Amazon that is going to, back pay and give you money. That is quite literally exploiting mental illness in my personal perspective of that.
I want it to be earned with merit in lessons, not from
Basic.
foul doing people dirty shit.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree
Good.
with the
Good for you.
like you're a servant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On my part, you agree?
Oh, I totally forgot that you were talking on being a good man. I was just
What?
following your train of thoughts, and I was like, oh, I
What?
feel that way.
What? So you oh, I agree. I don't know what you're talking about, but I feel that way for
You're a
sure.
good woman. and I think that part of that, especially in a marriage, is that you serve each other.
Yeah.
We get a lot of people that get hung up on the Bible's aspect of women submit to your husbands.
But
They don't read the next line though.
Right.
if you fucking get hung up on the Bible for almost anything, I'm sorry. Like I don't mean to be a dense theist. Actually, I consider myself somewhat of a Christian. I share some of those values. But if you fucking believe that most of that book is like real, you got to be kidding me, man. Like, dudes turned fucking sticks into snakes. That didn't happen in reality. Come on.
You are supposed to submit to each other. You're supposed to serve each other.
Yeah.
And it means more to be a servant than it does to serve, because simply serving is doing. Being a servant is doing what the other person needs. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
Well,
The way
yeah,
that
I
you
mean,
go above and beyond to provide for the house.
that, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Why
It's
I
servitude.
go above and beyond to make sure the house is maintained and you're fed.
Right. Like I care about my partner just as you should probably care about your partner. I mean, I'm not gonna tell you how to live your life. If you don't like your partner, then personally leave your partner. Whatever. If you like your partner, do things for them. Get them things if you want to get them things, or if it's realistic for you to get them things. Like, of course, you have to prioritize and, whatever. But servitude is fine as long as, like, it's so basic to me. It's like, of course you want to do that for your partner. Like, basic. This is super, I am a terrible social person. Like, I'm the worst. I've been antisocial, like, my entire life. But even the entire time that I've been antisocial and all the lonely nights I spent completely alone by myself, it wasn't fucking rocket science to figure out, don't be bad. Don't be a bad person. Be good. Huh.
and would you do that if I wasn't doing the things that I'm doing?
No, you can have a kid cuisine for dinner.
Yeah. A Hungry Man XL.
kid cuisine.
It's in the microwave. Yeah, and that's I think where a lot of disconnect is in the emails that we get. is you have somebody that really believes that they're doing everything they can.
Why do they keep saying disconnect?
Nothing.
Right.
But I'm willing to bet that both of them are
Is it not disconnection?
not doing anything.
Right.
And it's just easier to throw shade on the partner than it is to accept your shortcomings and start correcting the problems.
You know, we see a lot that I'm doing everything I can. I think I'm the perfect wife. I think I'm the perfect husband.
Are you
Have
though?
you asked? I ask you all the time, like,
Well,
how am I doing as your
well,
wife?
Yeah, that's
And you give me
subjective.
feedback.
Yeah.
And then I course correct if need be. You can't sit there and claim that you're this amazing spouse and you're doing everything you can to fix this relationship when you haven't even had the conversations
Right.
to see if what you're doing is what they want.
I had to also disagree with her here too, slightly, but because I do agree. If you're going to treat, you know, if you're going to work with a partner, you have to work with them the way that they want to be worked with. If you are being a good spouse or a partner in your partner's eyes, then you are doing a good job. Fine, that's basically what she's saying. But just because you're not doing it in their eyes all the time, just because you're doing it your own way or how you feel like it should be done, it doesn't mean you're doing it wrong or bad. You're still coming from a place of good intent. You're still coming from a good heart. You're still doing it, even if it's not the way. You don't have to know fucking everything about your partner all the time. Like, sometimes I'm a very stupid, forgetful guy. I've always been that way, okay? I don't have my partner's everything memorized like a fucking instruction manual for some kind of test. I don't know. I don't, and I'm not going to, because it's a lot of like, everyone's different. Everyone's so different. I think it's okay to come at your partner the way that you want to come at them sometimes. You don't always have to come at them the way that they want you to come at them. But I'm not saying it's bad to come at them the way that they want you to come at them. I think it's great to do that. It's great to know your partner. Don't, like, that's why I said I disagree, but not fully. I agree, of course.
Yeah, because if you're fixing the wrong things, it doesn't matter that you're fixing shit.
Right. When the house foundation is broken, you don't paint the walls.
Well,
that's
you
just
said that
prioritizing.
Discord had posted a video for us to react to of a woman who asked her man to get the yard or the house ready for Easter or something
Yeah,
like
she
that.
asked for help around the house to get it ready for Easter.
And
Right.
he went outside and cut the grass and was weed eating and like making the yard look presentable. And
Right.
he's waving at her through the window and she's inside making a TikTok ripping him apart for doing.
Oh, that's
wrong.
terrible.
Instead of being direct and be like, "This is the things that I need you to do today so that we're ready."
And he's
Yeah.
busting his
Give him
ass.
an opportunity to serve you, and he's doing it in the way that he believes needs served. Like, he obviously recognized the yard was a mess
Right.
and went out there to take care of it. I
And
mean,
you know-
I got to be honest. If we were doing something for the kids, the yard has to be maintained, especially if you're
Well,
doing an
duh.
Easter egg hunt. Like,
Right.
Yeah, of course. That's so.
You know,
That's
in
also
that
basic.
whole thread of thought, I was thinking, I said it into the Discord. When women do things like that and say, I need help around the house, but are not specific in what they need help with, the man is going to do what he thinks is going to help.
Yep.
That is, in that instance,
That's-
when a
yeah,
woman
that's
is not clear with
instinctful.
what she wants and then it becomes an issue, that is why men say women just create problems.
Yeah, and nag. Because had you just said, "This is what I need you to do," he wouldn't have went and done those other things.
Right, he would have done what you said.
Hopefully.
In the ideal situation, where you guys
Communicate!
are happy and healthy
Woo!
and communication is great, that's what's going to happen.
Right. I only say hopefully because we dude, so many people on TikTok. I really don't engage in the comments like I used to. I will until a video
There's
hits
a
like
lot.
10,000 views.
Dude,
I'll go look at the comments.
I
because
bet
it's
there's
still
a
new,
lot.
There's not a lot there. But once the video starts blowing up, I'm not going
Yeah.
to the comment section.
No, it's gonna be
Because
everywhere.
all I see is people who are miserable as fuck,
That's when it gets out of hand.
treating their partner like shit or complaining about their partner being miserable as fuck, and they're not doing anything to fix it. And it's always, what do I do to fix him? Or what do I do to fix her? You don't
You
fix
can't.
anybody.
No.
What are you, doing to work on yourself?
Yeah, you work
Yeah.
on you and hope to God that you are still worthy of saving.
See, I hate to say this, but this is like still basic shit. Like, you can't make the other person change. Like, you never can. The only problem why so many people get like hooked or like caught up on trying to change their partner is that they're so blinded by their love. Like, a lot of the time they just don't want to leave their partner because they're so deep in their love that they don't want to lose it, or they don't know how to live without that person. That's their problem, not yours.
Because if you do all the work on yourself and they're too far gone, it doesn't matter what you do.
Too far gone.
The trick is to get that shit corrected before it becomes a fucking problem. And
Right.
that's where the check-ins come into play. It's no different than that last email. If you're having check-ins and there's shortcomings and they're able to be addressed immediately and you're able to move past them, they don't become long-term problems.
No.
Right.
And then people are, well, what happens when they fall back into the same pattern? Well,
then
you
fucking
remind
leave,
them,
bitch.
We had to
Right.
talk about this. And we're not fucking doing that anymore.
Yeah,
And
we're
if
done.
it's a repetitive thing, you leave.
Yeah, duh.
And you can do that without nagging.
You can.
You can give positive nudges. And in fact, I'm willing to bet that if you were giving the positive affirmations while the changes were happening, they wouldn't regress.
Right.
Because if I'm doing something and getting...
I'm very glad that they're at this point in the conversation where they're talking about the just leave thing, because like that's a huge thing in relationships that people don't do. It's just leave. If you're genuinely unhappy because of a repetitive issue, just leave. Like 100%. Like seriously, if there's something that you don't like, just fucking leave. That's where I'm at with my job.
those pat on the backs and the attaboys and the pee-pee touches, knowing that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, I'm gonna continue doing that shit because my household's gotten a lot better.
Right.
But if I'm doing it and I'm not getting recognition and you're still bitching about things, like why would I want to try to be better, knowing that no matter what I do, my good enough isn't good enough?
Yeah, it's not just pointless.
And, you know, your
Yeah.
good enough becomes better with positive reinforcement.
It does. In time. It's really not rocket science.
It's really not, man.
You just said it. You just said it. You said it out loud on your podcast. It's not fucking rocket science. So here's my advice to literally everybody that came to this original video on how to become a leader of men with like any kind of genuine desire to do that. I'm sure plenty of people came for like satire, sarcasm, like purposes. But if you genuinely want to be a good man, you don't need to buy books. You don't need to buy like the inspiration you need. You can get for free. You don't fucking need to spend money to know who the fuck people in history were, who people in fiction are, that do good things, that are good people, that have good values. You don't need to spend money. Don't fucking spend money. God, why do people spend money on shit?
Man,
That's dumb.
we don't even have degrees in this. We didn't go to school for this shit.
No.
These are things that we have learned through life experience and research and self-help books and everything we've done. You don't have to be a rocket scientist.
No.
It is just plain human decency and be willing to understand somebody and get where they're coming from and put yourself in their shoes for a minute and just fucking comprehend.
That being said, if you don't want to put yourself in someone's shoes, just leave. Like, I don't know how to express it any harder like than that. Just don't fucking put yourself in their shoes if you don't want to. If you generally don't care about your partner or learn things about them or their little quirks, their little things that they do or their big things, their traumas and triggers, etc. If you don't genuinely care about those things, leave. It's fucking literally they said it's not rocket science. So
Yeah. I'm going to say that it's like 80% accountability and 20% proper communication.
it's the arbitrary. It's back. We're back to the arbitrary percentages.
Yeah.
Because most people don't have enough accountability to own their faults.
I don't
They
disagree.
want to throw blame on other
Or
people.
maybe
So-
they just don't care. Maybe what they find that they should be accountable for is different than what you think people should be accountable for. Like, I feel like I should be accountable for different things than you feel like I should be accountable for. I mean, there's some blatant things that the majority of the people obviously believe that you should be accounted for. Murder, robbery, but I mean, even then, it's like, rob the right person and everybody will fucking praise you. Like, it's not fucking... There's no fucking guide to life, dude. I mean, you look at philosophy, you look back in the day, like, what is the purpose? What's the purpose of living? It's like to do it, to live. It's no different than what's the purpose of existence. Like, what's this lighter? How is this more significant than I am? There's clearly a different compound of elements within this lighter than within my body. Like, I have a certain percentage, maybe if not arbitrary, of nitrogen, oxygen, calcium, phosphorus, and various different things that create me. I'm like an equation. That doesn't make me more significant than anything else, in my opinion. Like, my fucking old headphones. Like, I get it. I may be more complex, but I'm still a human being, and I don't necessarily think that I matter compared to the rest of the universe any way that I really don't think that anything else matters more than me. Like, I have a very nihilistic and cynical perspective on life at times, at which I do end up fighting a lot. But at the same time, if you look at like Stoicism and some other good things, like some of the noble truths of Buddhism, where you understand where suffering in life comes from, or where, you know, you can improve on that. I think that you look at certain things in history, and even when we talked about Christianity, like just having faith, maybe not per se faith in God, but faith in just everything's gonna be fucking fine, like how Bill Burr said in that interview that he was in, and forgiveness, like forgiving yourself for the things you've done, which just kind of goes along with your accountability. You can forgive yourself for the things that you want to feel like you need to be forgiven for. So life's life. Deal with it.
Complete.